Well, hi folks, here's Sty North out at the lean-to. I was planning on doing a couple videos outside and doing a few crafty things outdoors, and in a prior video during this outing I had put a tarp over the front of my lean-to and out over the fire pit and the heat reflector, and because they forecasted rain, but it hadn't rained yet, so I put it up anyway. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to do it, so I did. Guess what? It's raining, and boy, the tarp is working great. I got a nice fire going. I've been out here for a few hours and haven't had any coffee, and Sty can't go long without coffee. I gotta have a cup of coffee. So I got a pot of snow on the fire melting so that my mascot has something to drink. Yeah, she's back here. And I've got my good old handy Stanley cook pot on there coming to a boil so I can have myself a couple cups of coffee. Well, so I figured, well, I'm going to do this is a combination lean-to series Sty story. It's a combination. I don't think it lets you save these videos in two different lists, playlists, so I'll probably list this video in the Sty Stories video list, but it's done out here at the lean-to. So, okay, and because I'm out here at the lean-to, this Sty story is going to be about shelters in a sense. When I lived out west, friends of mine, their son, their oldest son, I kind of took him under wing. He always wanted to go outdoors. He always wanted to do things outdoors, and he would ask me all the time, hey, can we go camping? Hey, can we do this? Can we do that? And well, one time he said, hey, Sty, I got access to a couple of really nice snowmobiles. You want to go snowmobiling? And I said, well, I don't usually snowmobile for pleasure anymore. I did when I was a young man, but I said, yeah, yeah, we can go snowmobiling. He said, good. He said, but can we do an overnighter? He said, maybe 2 nights. And I said, oh, you want a winter camp? And he goes, yeah, let's go winter camping, but we'll take the snowmobiles up in the backcountry. I said, well, okay. So we jumped on the snowmobiles and took off, and God bless the kid, because the young man listened very well. He wanted to learn so bad. He wanted to know anything and everything he could about the outdoors, and he followed advice very well. So he packed very well. He packed a very good kit for going out winter camping, and we took off. We went up in the backcountry, and we were struggling on where we wanted to camp, and we kept going all over the place. We were all over the mountains. Well, we got so busy sightseeing and riding around on those snowmobiles that the days started ending. I mean, the sun was getting ready to set, and we hadn't picked a campsite, which is a big no-no as far as I'm concerned. Decide where your camp's going to be with plenty of front-end time to get set up, get a fire going, and be comfortable for the night. Well, we were pushing it. It was going to get dark within maybe an hour. Well, all of a sudden it came to mind that I knew where we were at. I knew that within about a mile and a half of where we were at, there was a big helipad. Now, the reason I knew it was there is because the company I worked for Long Ear Corporation, we did drilling up in the backcountry. Um, we had drill rigs that you had to fly in and out of by chopper. So they set up these helipads up in the mountains. Um, so if there's ever an incident, it's a good location to pick people up, drop people off. And they're there in case there's an emergency of some kind. The chopper can set down on one of those helipads. So I knew where this helipad was, and it had a really nice stand of cedars near that helipad. And I thought, well, those cedars would be nice to camp under. So let's head over there. So we took off over there, and those beautiful cedars. And I got looking, and you couldn't even see that helipad. There was so much snow. It was like it was gone. And I drove the snowmobile to where this helipad was supposed to be. I got off the sled, and I started walking around, and I saw this little hole in the snow. And I looked, and it looked like it went down there about 4 feet or so, and it was just dark down in there. I thought, what was burrowing in there? So I kind of dug around, and I looked down in it. Well, here's that helipad. Well, that helipad sat about 4.5, 5 feet off the ground. And here it had been completely covered with snow, and it, for some reason, that one spot stayed a little bit open. So what we did was we shoveled that out, cleaned that out, and then we made a nice fire pit area, and we got a fire established, and underneath that helipad, it was bone dry. Just bone dry under there. And covered with leaves. It was soft ground. And I said, well, hey, let's camp under that helipad. Well, that helipad was about 24 by 24 feet. And we crawled in underneath that helipad, set our bedrolls up, and by golly, that was one of the most comfortable camps I've ever had, because we opened up an area where we crawled in big enough that we had our fire right out front, and we set our bedrolls not too far under that helipad towards that opening, and we got that heat coming in from the fire. And that night it was blowing so hard, and it was probably, I'd say 30 below wind chill out there. We hardly felt it. It was so comfortable, and it was probably one of my most comfortable winter camps that I've ever had. And my little friend there, he liked it so much that he started going back up there, and he had a couple of stepbrothers he'd take with him, and a couple of friends he'd take with him. And oddly enough, I guess you're not supposed to use that helipad for that. The Forest Service found them camping up there one time and told them no, they're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to camp at the helipad, and I thought, why not? It's winter. The helicopters, they don't clean it off. They don't fly in the winter. So, but they said no, so those boys had to quit camping at the helipad. But again, it's one of those things where you just never know what you're going to find when you're out there. And you can't underrate common sense. Common sense told us, hey, that shelter's already there. It's already made. We don't have to, because we were going to put tarps up, make a tarp shelter. And we ran out of time. But it was provided. We found ourselves a shelter out in the middle of the wilderness, man-made, but never intended for that use. So always keep your mind open on how you can take the things around you and apply them to your best purpose. So, folks, while you're out there winter camping, think safe, stay safe, have fun camping. This is Stein North with Wilderness Thriving Fundamentals, of course. We'd like to see you all come out to camp. We're always looking to get new customers, new clients to come on out. We just enjoy having the company and helping people learn to enjoy the outdoors. It's a great wilderness adventure. So check us out at wildernessThriving.com. And from Jim and Rory and Sty, you all have a nice day.